everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. I hope today's been treating you well. In today's video, as you can see from the title down below, I am starting a new Project Pan series with you today, and this is the intro into No Pan Left Behind. So I was very heavily influenced to start this Project Pan series by the lovely Caitlin Costello. She definitely influenced me to start the Project 10 Uses series, which I started last month, as you're seeing this, I do believe. But I didn't put any sort of eyeshadow palettes in that. Well, I did, but I wasn't using it as an eyeshadow. And I want to just sort of be focusing more on the palettes that I have. I want to be sort of cycling through them a little bit more, playing with old palettes that just live in my drawers and I completely forget about. So that's what the focus of this is. I don't think I'm going to hit pan on any of the palettes that I own because I have so many and I just sort of dip into them so sporadically that I don't think I have ever focused on one palette or one pan for long enough to be close to hitting a pan, but I want to be having a focus for each month. So that's sort of where I am with that. My basic ground rules for this project are I'm going to be picking one palette every single month and I'm going to be trying to use that palette 10 times in the month. If I don't use the palette 10 times in the month, then it will roll over into next month, but I will also be picking a new palette for the next month. So it is in my best interests to be getting 10 uses in one month, otherwise they're going to build up and they're going to build up and they're going to build up and I'm going to get overwhelmed and then I'm not going to enjoy myself. So 10 uses in one month, I feel like that is fairly easy to do due to the fact that, I do my makeup every single day. There is not a day that goes past that I don't do my makeup. I wear makeup every single day for work, and then on the days that I am not going to work, I am filming. So I always have makeup on. I always do my makeup every single day. So I feel like, you've got 30 days-ish. I can use an eyeshadow palette once out of every 3 days in a month. That's my logic. Am I missing the mark there? I feel like that's doable. What other rules do I have here? I think that that's pretty much it. I'm just going to make this up as I go along, basically, and hopefully I will get there. If I use the 10 uses before the end of the month, then I will do my updates sooner and we can pick a new palette, because I added all of my eyeshadow palettes into an app last night called Tiny Decisions. I added it into this one where it's like a spinny thing, and I think somewhere it said that I had 88 palettes, and I worked out that that's over 7 years worth of palettes if I do one a month. So I need to be cycling through them quicker than one a month. I can't have a project going on for 7 years. I will lose my mind. So, like I say, this is what it looks like. Let me angle it so that it's not reflecting off my ring light. And if I press in there, you can see them all coming up along the top. And we have picked the MUA Amber Sunset. Very happy with that. Let me get it out. So this is the palette that has been picked for me for this month, the MUA Amber Sunset palette. Now, I was very kindly gifted this, but it is one of my favourite MUA little quads because these colours just look incredible on blue eyes. Was this one that they came out with? Was it last summer? Was it earlier this year? I can't remember. I've had this for a little while and I do play with this one quite a bit because the mattes are phenomenal. If I just show you these swatches, I did just swatch this out for you so that you can see the colour story. There's 4 mattes and 1, I was about to say shimmer, but it's more like a foil. It's not the most intense foil. I do feel like there are other formulas from MUA that are more reflective than this, but are really, really nice, just sort of all over the lid. Blend it out, easy, breezy, beautiful, done sort of a shade for a slightly reflective, shimmery sort of a shade. So I'm going to zoom you in, and for my first use, I'm going to use this palette today. So I don't have any sort of eyeshadow primer or anything on today. I don't necessarily feel like I need it. I am just out and about today. I don't need this to look the most pigmented. They do definitely pack on more colour with an eyeshadow primer, but I don't feel like I need that today. So I'm just taking a fluffy brush and I'm going to dip into these two shades. I'm going to sort of mix them together on the brush and create something sort of in between the two, and I'm going to wiggle that through my crease. So you can see how easily these like build up and blend out. I think that the MUA formula is completely slept on. It is such a nice matte formula, and they do also have some palettes, not this one, but some palettes that have like duochromes in them. I know that the whole point of a project pan series like this is to like get you to use what you've already got and to de-influence you, but if you haven't tried the MUA, like the MUA Utopia palette that's got that like duochrome little pan in it, they're so, so good. So I'm just going to dip into that more orangey shade, and I'm going to warm this up a little bit further in from that outer corner. Such a good formula. And if I remember rightly, I think that these are $3.75. Like, you can't get a coffee for that these days. It's so, so good. So I'm also just running that orange shade along the lower lash line. Again, just to warm up under there. And then I'm going to take a much smaller sort of tapered brush, and I'm dipping into that darkest shade right on the end, and I'm just going to warm up the outer corner, sorry, not warm up, deepen up the outer corner a little bit. And I think I'm just going to keep this matte today, you know. I love an all matte eye look. I think there's something really classy about it. Am I a classy kind of lady? Absolutely not. But my eye look can be. So that is where I am leaving it. So we've got a little bit of warmth, a little bit of depth on the outer corner, and then basically nothing on the inner corner. I might add a highlight, maybe the highlight out of my Project 10 usage, just to get another use out of that, but easy, 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 easy. I'm so glad that that was my first pick. Like, it's such a beautiful palette. I'm absolutely thrilled. So I'm going to go ahead and add liner and mascara, and then I will be right back. There we go. So that is the finished look. So it was the Milani Highly Rated Anti-Gravity Mascara that I used, and the liner was the Made by Mitchell Havana, like glittery liner, because I thought an all matte eye look and I can do a glittery liner, although I don't feel like Havana is as glittery as I've got the purple and the green, and I feel like they are more glittery, but I like how this has turned out. And I did put a little bit of the Revolution and Soph highlight palette right on the inner corner because it's me. Of course I had to do that. So that is how that is looking. I can definitely recreate this 10 times in the next month. Like, it's just a standard sort of a look. And I could definitely add a bright coloured wing if I wanted something with a little bit of colour. So that is me done for the day. So I would absolutely love to hear, are you taking part in the Project No Pan Left Behind series? Are there any other project pans that you think I need to be involving myself in? I would absolutely love to hear what you think of this one down below. I know that this is only like literally day one, but I'm already quite excited about the idea of like properly cycling through all of my eyeshadow palettes and using ones that I don't usually get the use out of. So I'm very excited to be starting this one with you today. I would love to hear what you think of this palette, of this look, of all of the things. I would love to hear from you down in the comment section down below. I will be starting a playlist where I am going to put all of my updates for this series, so you can follow along there. If you want to see the following updates from this series and also my Project 10 Uses series, which by the way, I think at this point I've been doing this about 3 weeks. I am absolutely smashing it. I mean, pat on the back, I am absolutely smashing that series. And another one that I'm feeling very excited about, and again, I have a whole playlist dedicated to that. I only have one update on it so far because I literally only started it 3 weeks ago, but the playlist is there and I will be updating you as soon as there's an update. And if you want to see those updates, you can subscribe down below. But until next time, thank you ever so much for watching. Bye.